So let's move on to question number 12. In this question, we have been given a graph and they just ask us what is the equation of the graph shown. So the graph, read the values from the graph and find the equation for this graph. We know that equation of a line that can be written in the form y is equal to mx plus b. You would have seen in most of the textbooks it is given like this. M is slope, as you know, and y intercept is represented by b, or in other words 0 comma b, that is the point at which the line intersects the y axis. That is when x is equal to 0, what value of y we have, that is the y intercept of the line. So in this case, when we have the line passing through when x is 0, the line is passing through negative 8. So in other words, our y-intercept b is equal to negative 8. So 0 comma negative 8, this is the y-intercept. So in other words, b is equal to negative 8. So of the answer choices, all are showing negative 8 as the y-intercept. So with just this much information, we cannot find the answer. We have to even calculate the slope. Slope, if we know any 2 points on the line, let's say x1, y1 and x2, y2, the slope can be calculated with the slope formula, which is rise over run, or in other words, if we calculate y2 minus y1 and divide it by x2 minus x1, we will get the slope. But we need at least 2 points for that. Another easy point to read would be this one. So if we read this point, this is negative 8 comma 0. So let us use these 2 points and calculate the slope. So our first point will be 0 comma negative 8, let's say, and another point we will take to be negative 8 comma 0. So if I take this as x1 y1 and this as x2 y2 and substitute, I can get the answer. So I will have 0 minus of minus 8 divided by negative 8 minus 0, or in other words, this will be 8 divided by negative 8. So that means negative 1 is the slope, or in other words, m is equal to negative 1. Y is equal to negative 1x plus b, the y-intercept was negative 8. So this is the equation we have to look for. Or in other words, sometimes we don't even write the coefficient. So negative x minus 8. If we find any of these two in the answer choices, that will be our answer. So we can see that choice C is the one which is having negative 1 as the slope and negative 8 as the y-intercept. So that is the correct answer. A is obviously incorrect because over there negative 2 is given as the slope, which is not correct. B is also incorrect because it's showing the slope to be positive 1, which is not correct. D is also incorrect because the slope is shown to be 2. So I hope that's clear. So this problem, you need to know the slope formula, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You should know the concept of y-intercept, that in other words, where the line is crossing the y-axis. So that is the y-intercept. So if you know these two, we can calculate the slope and y-intercept. I hope that's clear.